Hello there, beautiful souls and beautiful humans. RozyGlow here with something I am so excited to talk about. I've been planning to talk about this for 3 whole years, and now is the time. So, how the conscious entertainment industry is actually trailblazing a new Earth reality. What is this all about? Well, stay tuned so I can share with you where we are and where we're going with this, because literally it is through entertainment that we can shape our whole new world reality. Now, for me, as a Paradise Earth co-creatress and as the code keeper of the StarPeace StarMaps, I'm here as an original, if you like, blueprint holder of the Paradise Earth code of this planet. And I work with those who are conscious creatives, those who are, oh, there's my little manifesting alarm gone there. Conscious creatives, those who are in the entertainment industry, those who are the architects of the new Earth paradigm, to make the shift from their wounded self, from created from what I call unprocessed trauma or ego identity, to actually evolving from that solar plexus to heart center, downloading the soul consciousness that means we can create art, entertainment, pop culture from our highest self-consciousness, and therefore reprogram the whole of society. Now, you've heard of a book called Propaganda, right? I'm sure you have. I would just say that everything that has been used against us can be used for us. And ultimately, we can broadcast whatever reality we desire through everything we create, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's in Hollywood, whether it is on Netflix or wherever, right? So the whole point of the conscious entertainment role is that it inspires the potential for things to be different through positive modeling. Now, here's what I've been seeing. I have an interview lined up with the very, very awesome woman called Rachel Dunn, which is going to be published very soon after this video, because she really helped me to highlight the concept of conscious entertainment, and also where we can get unstuck when we are conscious creatives, when we're putting stuff out in the world that we want to help raise the consciousness of humanity, but where our own pain stories are playing out and can actually thwart us rather than support us. Now, you may well be aware of Chris Hemsworth's documentary and his superhuman documentaries. You might also be aware that Zac Efron did something beautiful recently with his colleague Daniel, which is all about being down to earth. I've got Matthew McConaughey, huge fan, doing all his art of living work, and really showing up as a resolved masculine. All three of these beautiful souls are examples of those who are using their fame, their influence for the highest good of all. They're intending to be very aware of the impact of how they show up in the world, what they talk about, what they highlight, what they bring light to. And I'm so all about that. That's what StarPeace Utopia is all about. Utopia as a concept. What would you like to create in this world instead of what we have? The power of imagination is huge. Now, here is something really, really profound. Make-believe is almost more powerful than appealing to people's conscious minds. And I'm not going to go into that too much today. If you want to have a conversation with me about this, if you are a conscious creator, you're a director, you're an executive producer, you're a script writer, let's have this conversation, okay? But we're going to have it off camera, not here. Now, the conscious creatives that I see that are the actors, actresses that are turned into executive producers are aware of what I'm talking about. However, I have very not seen yet those who are really making the shift from creating from a pain point to actually creating from a resolved consciousness. And this is very, very important, because in the end, we all know what art therapy is, right? There is such a thing as art therapy, right? That you get out how you're feeling on and you paint it and you create with it and you do everything. Well, what do we actually believe that what we have on our TV channels and what we have on our movies and what we have in the, box set series, etc., is? Someone's created this. It's come out of their imagination. And if you consider some of the most horrific things that are out there that we watch for entertainment, they either scare us, stress us, have us on the edge of our seats and we're excited about it. You might want to have a look at some of my articles about this, but essentially, we're in a hyper-adrenalized society. We're all like in fight, flight, freeze mode all of the time. And the funniest thing is we choose to watch things and listen to things and read things that actually increase that adrenaline surge rather than minimize it and get us into a more healthy physiological response in our bodies. But that's another story. For now, the potential for conscious entertainment to actually trailblaze the creation of a new reality is implanting the seed of what is possible. We know about science fiction. Have you heard of solar fiction? Do you know what that is? Because it is the positive narrative seeding, okay? You know, how many times have we had movies about the end of the world, about aliens invading, about having to, stop a bomb going off that's going to kill everybody, right? There's so many different formats that we use again and again and again. Same with rom-coms, right? Same with dramas, same with any style. But we're sticking within basically a framework that we can grow beyond, but we need to create a new structure. We need to know what we want to create instead of this, because all we're doing is saying again and again the same thing in a different way. But are we wanting to put that message out? Is that the message we really want? And there is definitely a shift going on in the entertainment industry. There is definitely a shift in terms of raising awareness of all the kind of contentious stuff that's usually suppressed. And what is very important is to remember the power of the imagination, because when it comes to our brains, and we're watching and reading and listening, we can't actually tell the difference. There's part of the brain that can't tell the difference between what is real and what is imagined. Therefore, we have a physiological response. Even though we know it's on a screen and it's not really happening, our body is responding as though it's really happening. And in the long term, that's not so good for us if all we're doing is activating the sympathetic nervous system, which is fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. We're being modeled to all the time. There is way not enough awareness of the impact of what under 7-year-olds watch and listen to. And I mean, even in the womb. Okay. And again, you want to know more about that? Drop me a comment and I'll happily let you know and make other videos. But having been a specialist in the pre-conception, fertility, pregnancy, birthdays, and the first 7 years of life, I'm very happy to share with you that we could actually shift a whole load of what's going on in the collective through the positive modeling that's possible through our conscious entertainment. However, at the moment, those who are the conscious creatives that are putting wonderful stuff out there are doing so mainly in a documentary style approach. And that's fine. It has its place, but there is so much more that can be done. And one of the key things that Rachel talks about when you see our interview, which will be very soonly published, very soonly, is that a word? Is that there's really not enough women in conscious entertainment. We're not seeing them on the outside. We're not seeing them show up in the same way that you're seeing Zach or Matthew or Chris show up, and others as well who are doing amazing work. Now, if you don't know already, I'm a huge fan of Keanu Reeves, and he's a very interesting character as well in terms of his shadow and his light, and you know what he's energized through his own influence. Now, one thing I want to say about both Keanu and also Matthew is the feminine aspect. So Keanu has a partner, and basically there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff going on, but they created a book together. She illustrated a book, and he participated in the writing of that as well. So there's this combined effort that's amazing. And you know, Matthew McConaughey and Camilla Perez, I think it's, I get a name wrong now, but Camilla, his partner, his wife, his sacred union partner, doing amazing work for women and children and putting some really lovely consciousness out there, especially on Instagram. Very much about supporting women and about children and raising health, really raising the consciousness around health. So this is all brilliant. It's absolutely amazing. And we can take it up a whole other level, because imagine a world that was flooded with the kind of conscious entertainment that when you put your TV on, or you put the radio on, or you pick up a book, you are consciously choosing something that is going to nourish you. It's going to feed your soul. It's going to feed your mind. It's going to feed your heart. It's going to feed your body. It's going to positively influence you. That doesn't mean we're in la la land where there's no pain and unhappiness and challenge. It's about how we move through it. Okay. Now, we have been modeled a whole concept of reality based on the Star Wars movies for years and years and years, the duality consciousness of our planet, the battle between good and evil. And, you know, as one of the key players in the StarPeace movement. So the StarPeace movement came through me, but I do want to say that Yoko Ono had created an album, I think back in 1985, which was called StarPeace. She brought the, if you like, the light language through for it initially, the sound frequencies through for that years ago, right? When I was a mere nipper. And StarPeace came through to me as a vision and as an audio message back in 2020. It was 2 months after my husband and I got married. So this is our toddler. And it was back in the theory of the fear-demic. And basically I woke up with a booming voice in my head that went, RozyGlow, the war is over. In our universe, the light has won. Star Wars is over. It is time for StarPeace. Go forth and spread this message. And I kind of thought I might have lost the plot. And basically, the last 3 years, I've been working with this frequency and with this message to bring it out into the world. So if you're new to it, please check out starpeaceconsciousness.com. This will tell you all about the movement, what it's about, this game change from duality to oneness. So it's beyond the chessboard into the puzzle pieces now. We've got a whole new game that we've been gifted. We're all here to awaken the creator, creatress, consciousness energy in us and realize we are co-creating our reality through our thoughts, through our feelings, through our subconscious expectations. And we are far more powerful than we realize. So my lovely colleague, Tara Love Perry, is all about peace in our time. Her hashtag is peace in our time. My hashtag is StarPeace. And between us, we're really on a mission to work with those who are the awakening influencers in this world, the angel investors, those who have the clout, because I truly believe the most powerful people in this world are people with a lot of money and a good intention to help shift the system. And a good intention is awesome. But when you actually plug that into the highest intention, you have an awareness of not just what would be nice to change in the world, but what it's really going to take to change it. Then we really have this opportunity to have a lot of fun creating a new earth paradigm. So to bring this to a close, I wanted to whet your appetite for the interview that's coming with the lovely Rachel Dunn. I've got other interviews lining up and leading us to Bruce Lipton, who's also going to be sharing the stage. And I will be interviewing him about his earliest influences and also his concept of a paradise earth and how he'd go about co-creating it and what it would look like to him. So if you're new to Bruce Lipton, the honeymoon effect, the biology of belief, and spontaneous evolution are all his co-creations. His books are absolutely amazing. So do check them out if you haven't already. I've also had some other wonderful interviews. I've had an interview with an amazing lady called Kathy Dominy, who is an author and a mother of, I think, 5 or 6 neurodiverse children. So very, very interesting to hear her story and her perception of how we can create a new reality for all that's all inclusive. And the lovely Jo Baldwin-Trott, who was the one that instigated me putting a chapter in this book, Women Leading in Our New World. And the conversation we had on a soul level about the world we can create is absolutely amazing. This is all coming. Just wanted to get you excited. And if you are someone who's in conscious entertainment or you're in entertainment and you would like to know more about shifting, well, the whole realm of entertainment and proving, this is where I'm at with this, that love, Richard Curtis, big fan of yours, love and peace are more profitable than war, than conflict, than struggle, than lack consciousness. I truly believe that. I truly believe we'll have peace in our time. I'm here to help co-create it. And if you like what I'm talking about, then thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for the notifications. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for sharing. You're amazing. I love you. Thank you so much. Because you know what? We're going to keep recreating the past unless we choose to create something new. And we can't create something new just by thinking about it. Okay, just by deciding that's the way it's going to be. That's one part of it. We actually need to engage all of our senses. Okay, we need to engage our imagination first and foremost and get everyone on board with that, because that is how the world's going to shift in the most amazing way in a very short period of time. More on that later. Take care. Keep an eye out for the ensuing videos. By the way, in case you don't know yet, I'm rolling out a phenomenal membership, which is the StarPeace Co-Creators Circle membership. That's for those of you who would like to start your journey of working with me in a beyond just watching these videos, and maybe are not yet in the place where you'd want to do one-to-one coaching with me or the deep dive that we do in our closed small group containers. I am not for everyone. Okay, this public broadcast is really to get you to kind of notice whether or not you're in resonance with me, because I work with incredibly influential people that influence the masses. And therefore, you know, this is not everyone's flavor, but for those of you who are hearing me and feeling me and your body's buzzing, you know who you are. Get in touch. Can't wait to hear from you. Lots of love. Take care.